Hey everyone, Terrence here from the Lost Zone Cards and Collectibles. We just finished our OTS championship and I'm sitting here with
Dillon States. Got second place playing branded SPS.
Oh, nice. Alright, well, let's get into the profile.
Yep. Start off with 3 Fallen of Albaz, 3 Halberd, Super Standard, plus 2 Cartesia and a Quem. I wouldn't change any of the ratios. I know some people play one of this or look up this. Obviously, you shouldn't do that with cash in the format. The spice that I ended up playing, though, was 1 Ecclesia and 1 Flirt. They worked really well with duality today. There's a bunch of cool lines you can do where your Nadir Servant with duality gets you into a Dragoon plus Flirt Negate, and then obviously you have 3 other cards to play with to do all of your fun combos. For the normal one-ofs, you have your Lubellion, Sornier, plus Albion, Mercurier, Tragedy, DM, and of course Puppet. So far, I don't think I would change the main deck monster count. It worked very well for me. I've been testing around with 2 Mercurier. I'm not sure yet if I want to up him to 2, but so far it worked out really well. For spells, give your 3 Branded Fusion, 3 Opening, Deployment. These guys are kind of the bread and butter of the deck. You don't play any less. Sometimes you'll side out the 3rd of your deployment, but for the most part, keeping all 3 in is your best strategy. You'll also play 3 Nadir and 3 Duality. These help you dodge Ash Blossom, get around things, get your Dragoon out. With the Fleur-de-Lis and Dogmatica, you now have enough targets that I think duality becomes worth it. Using some hypergeometric calculators, you have a 25% chance of resolving duality now going first, which to me seems worth it to get the free Dragoon and dodge like impermanent interruptions, etc. Then I decided to play 2 Thrust today with a bunch of different Thrust targets. I had a Talents, I had a Dark Ruler, and then Imperm for if you already open your Duplication. Duplication was great today. There was a particular game where I got completely locked out of Fusion Summoning on my turn, but I was still able to Puppet Lock on my opponent's turn just because Duplication was in my deck. And then as far as the rest of the one-ofs, you have your consistency boosters. Some people don't play Gold Sark. I think that it is incredible. You definitely need to play it. Called Buy for Ash, and then Red, Lost, and Retribution. It's 45 card main deck. The only changes I might make is depending on where you're going and who you think you might play. You can cut out these last 3 cards, your Thrust searches, and bring it down to 42. The math is just a lot better. Thought I was going to play a lot of cash, so I decided, okay, I'm going to add in the Talents and the Dark Ruler just because they're obviously always going to get their effects to trigger my Thrust. Played 0 cash today though, so they ended up not being that useful. Into the extra deck, 1 Lubellion, Sanctifier, and double Albion, the double Gran, and double Mirror Jade. This isn't standard playing 2, otherwise the rest of these are. I think the second one comes up very frequently, where you are able to, if your Puppet Lock gets disrupted the first time, try again. And then additionally, I like its disruption effect to get Quertus. I think a lot of decks struggle to out him, and then when they do, you just fall into Valbaz, make another Mirror Jade, and it kind of just keeps the loop going. For the rest of the extra deck, a lot of standard stuff. Playing the 1 Dragoon, Albalentus, because I figured I'd play a lot of Dragon Link today. We played 1, he didn't come up. Chimera, Rinbrum, Titan, and Lulu. I ended up cutting out the Predaplant, Trigostabelia, and Masquerade. Honestly, might put Predaplant back in. The Albalentus never really came up, and I missed having that ability to go into another negate. But overall, it worked very well. The side deck last, we played triple Droll, triple Nib. I didn't use Nib once. I thought potentially this card could come up quite a bit. Never sided it in. Probably would end up cutting it. Droll, on the other hand, was incredible. Sided it in basically every time I was going second, and it put in a lot of work. I hate back row decks, so we decided to play a bunch. Plus, obviously, we're playing Thrust, so the Feather Duster is great. Evenly came up a couple times. Duster once, Cyclone never saw it, but they felt good having it. And the last three were the other two Dark Rulers and the second Talents. I think the changes I'd probably make is cutting these and adding the third Talents into the side, and then potentially 2 Bell or 2 Bystials just to have some kind of counterplay against Dragon Link. But overall, very happy with the deck.
All right, man. Thanks for the profile, and I'll do it again next time.
Thanks.